All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Las Vegas. Paulo Anacito and Robert Eggert will start up front. Vic Brown, Richie Joplin have the second row. Gerald Poole, Tim St. Jean on the third row. TJ Rogers, Gil Guac on the fourth. Don Warren and Ryan Warp round out the top 10. Derek Schilling starting at 11 next to Mark Dantuma in 12th. Warren Moore in 13th. Jess Chambers in 14th, Noel Parker in 15th, Kevin Bruner in 16th, John Shermont 17th, Blake Viken in 18th, Craig Jennings, Kevin Hayes rounding out the top 20. Jeff Oakes starts in 21st. He has got a lot of ground to make up. Pete Norquay 22nd, Mike Burgess 23rd, and Mark Parker rounds out the 24-car field here tonight. Yes, Blakey Pooh, you do have a good-looking paint tonight. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Blakey Pooh made sure he had it covered. And all these cars here tonight powered by Navy Joe Coffee. Don't forget to check out Home Motorsports' new sponsor, Navy Joe Coffee, NavyJoe.coffee on the interwebs. And use code Flaming Karma, 2 words, to save some money. And for those mornings that you feel really rough, really tired, can't get yourself going, try some of their JP5. I promise you that'll wake you up. All right, here we go. The pace car dives to pit road. Paulo Anacito out front. And the green flag flies. We are underway at Vegas. One and two could get a little spicy here in the early going. Vic Brown, Richie Joplin side by side coming out of the turn. A lot of guys up front went single file quickly, but still quite a bit of side by side. We will be keeping a close eye. Oh, we've got a caution already. A big one at Vegas. Holy cow, half the field is caught up. Remember, Home Motorsports, they do not have fast repairs. Let's see what brought the caution out. Keep an eye on Ryan Warp up on the high side in the 23 car. They come heading out of turn 4. It looks like the problem started further up, and everybody piles into it. Taking a look at Richie Joplin on the high side. Oh, the 10 gets loose. He comes up, collects Richie. Gerald Poole catches a piece. Wow, and they all got caught up in that one. Tim St. Jean was right behind. Car gets loose, smacks the wall, collects Gerald, collects Tim, and everybody piling in. Not the way these guys wanted to start. Robert Eggert, Richie Joplin, and Tim St. Jean all have significant repairs. Noel Parker also caught up. Man, just half the field. Everybody on the ticker from 9th on back was caught up. We were talking when the caution popped off about Jeff Oaks. It did appear he had minimal damage. I think he avoided just about all of it. Jeff is in that championship hunt. Man, just a lot of tore up race cars. Noel Parker, Tim St. Jean, Richie Joplin were so bad they had to tow it in. That is the wildest start in home motorsports history. Kevin Bruner coming off pit road in 17th, Blake Viken in 16th. Looks like these guys were able to get most of the repairs done, but we are going to have some damaged cars on the restart. That'll make things interesting. And you know what else might be interesting is getting a little loud on the restart. We're going to crank it up early tonight. So folks, when the green flag drops, I'm going to stop talking, let you guys crank it up, and listen to all that horsepower. We'll analyze who's left on track and who's still at max speed once we get a couple laps into this, but here we go, it's crank it up time. The pace car drops to pit road. Paulo leads them into the restart zone. The green flag flies. Crank it up, y'all. Around this track, and Jeff Oaks has come to pit. It appears Jeff Oaks picked up a black flag on the restart. Ryan, that definitely was rough, buddy. We've got several drivers already out of the race. Tim St. Jean, Richie Joplin, Noel Parker, Brian Warp, Robert Eggert. Gerald Poole is back on track. Jeff Oaks, Derek Schilling, both on pit road. Still have 16 cars on the lead lap as we've got a battle for the lead. TJ Rogers on the attack, and he will lead at the line. Jeff Oaks on his way back out. He's definitely hoping that they get another caution and put him back on the lead lap. Remember, he is one of the top championship contenders tonight. Paul Aniceto has not been to victory lane yet, nor has TJ Rogers this season. Both drivers trying to get there tonight. Richie Joplin obviously caught up in that. He is a little unhappy, but don't worry, folks. You'll likely get to hear him later tonight. I'm sure he'll come by and visit the Unicorn while she's trucking. Derek Schilling has come back into pit road as well. It looks like some of these drivers that do have significant damage are just trying to get enough repairs to get out, turn a couple laps, and caution is back out. John Shermont's caught up this time. Wow, what a wild start to the night. Let's see what happened with John. Alright, there's John in the Oreo car. Does look like he is a bit off pace. I do believe he caught a little bit of that big wreck. Coming through 1 and 2, he's up top. Warren Moore looks under. Oh, Warren gets into him, just sends him into the outside wall. He's able to keep it up top so everybody can get by clean. But man, what a hit. He did tow it in. Folks, I've been broadcasting on Motorsports for a couple of years now, and I gotta say, this has been the wildest start we have ever seen to any of their races. Everybody is on pit road except for Craig Jennings and Jeff Oakes. Jeff waiting for a wave around. Tim, that was definitely a wild incident, and you and Richie just got the worst of it. Ryan Warp also, as we mentioned, getting caught up in that. Folks, if you missed it, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you missed tonight's incident, don't worry, it will be on our YouTube channel in 4K later tonight. And we will have the YouTube shorts out in the next couple of days. Folks, if you're not following on YouTube, make sure you go check out our YouTube channel. Make sure you watch some of our YouTube shorts. We have an entire playlist just of home motorsports races and a lot of events and a lot of shorts for home motorsports. We could really use the views right now, so go watch. Go watch a few hundred videos tonight. Derek Schilling still on pit road, as is Gerald Poole. Jeff Oakes got one of his laps back, still a lap down. Craig Jennings, by virtue of staying out, has the lead. TJ Rogers in second, Gil Guac in third. Pete Norquay on another big charge here tonight. Norquay up 18 spots into fourth. And Vic Brown holds on to fifth as they come out of turn 4 and get ready to go back racing. All right, here we go. Pace car dives in. And the green flag flies again at Las Vegas. Craig Jennings, it looks like most of the field did take tires on this stop, Ray Jennings still in his original set, and that's not going to bode well. As TJ already shoots by, TJ was a fuel-only stop. Pete Norquay now up into second place. Norquay did not qualify tonight. Oh, we have one car in the wall. Now Craig Jennings up in the wall. He manages to get it down off the wall, but man, he lost a lot of ground. Ray has dropped all the way back to 11th. Hey, good evening, Frank. This night will definitely be one that a lot of drivers are going to look back on at the end of the season when the championship points are tallied. Points leader Mark Dantuma back in 9th. He caught a piece of that early incident. Jeff Oates comes in tonight second in points. Currently a lap down at 14th. Vic Brown comes in tonight third in points. He runs in 5th. 4th in points, Richie Joplin out early. 5th in points, Derek Schilling. He is back out on track, a couple laps down. And Vic Brown just set the fastest lap so far. Pete Norquay now up into second, closing in on TJ. Paulo Anacito won the pole, was fastest in practice, currently in third. Vic Brown in fourth, Gil Walk in 5th. Frank, it's How to Suck at iRacing. I will try and remember to text you the link later, bud. I might be able to get it on the fly here. We'll see. TJ Rogers has a little bit of a gap on Pete. Everybody finally settles into a rhythm. Thank you, Tim. Everybody kind of settling into a rhythm now. Paulo battling for second. Just doing some quick math here because those two early cautions definitely have shaken things up quite a bit. Obviously, a lot less cars on track, but also a lot of different fuel strategies playing out. Drivers are looking at 19 to 21 laps on the tank of fuel tonight. We've got some who are in on lap 1, some on lap 11, and a few guys that came in under the green. They topped off on fuel while they were in. Paulo Anacito in second, is closing in on TJ. Pete Norquay has started slipping back just a bit. Craig Jennings has come to pit road. Looks like he is going to go ahead and take tires and fuel here. He will be off cycle with the rest of the field. But he will also have the freshest tires on track. May be able to make up some ground. He is still sitting on pit road getting repairs. Meanwhile, we've got a three-car battle up front for the lead. TJ, Paulo, and Vic all right there. Don Warren closing in. Warren Moore currently holds on in fifth. Norquay continues to slip. Points leader Mark D'Antuma now up into eighth. He is starting to make up some ground. And Kevin Hayes up 11 spots into ninth. Mark Parker up 13 spots into 11th. At the moment, Jeff Oakes still trapped a lap down. Jeff really needs to get back to the lead lap. Jeff Oakes has been so close to a championship multiple seasons in a row. Last season missing by just 1 point. And at the start of the season, it looked like Jeff was going to run away with it. Won 3 of the early races. Hopefully, Jeff can turn things around. Paulo Aniceto is battling once again for the lead with Vic Brown. Craig Jennings is back out on track. He has slipped back into 15th, but he will have the freshest tires now. And may not be the best situation to be in at the moment, but I can tell you, once he gets back up into traffic, it's one of the most fun things you can do. Being the fastest car on track, coming through traffic. Jeff Oakes is in. Still have a side-by-side battle up front. Don Warren, Lurkin, TJ Rogers now back up into fourth. Warren Moore in fifth. And a big gap back to Pete Norquay. Mark Parker is also in. Looks like everybody getting within the window for that first green flag stop. Have a great night, Tim. I'm so sorry your race ended early, buddy. And thank you so much for the stars, Tim. We really, really appreciate it more than you know, buddy. Well, this race has definitely evolved, not what we expected tonight. As the points leader battles his way into 7th, Kevin Hayes is bringing it in. Remember, everybody should be within their fuel window. Caution is out. Whoa, this is unexpected. The caution is back out for Mark Parker. And this, I believe, will put Jeff Oakes back on the lead lap. Hey, good evening, Sean. Welcome. All right, let's take a look at what just happened to Mark Parker. Mark had just come off pit road on 4 fresh Goodyears. Let's see, as he gets onto the backstretch. Whoa! See if we can dial up Mark's in-car camera. I thought his engine may have let go, but... And it did. He was still shooting flames out of the exhaust, but Mark Parker's engine just let go. Well, this night just continues to get wild. Kevin Hayes was on pit road at the moment of caution. Man, what an eventful night. Alright, after this round of stops, and it does appear everybody has taken 4 tires and fuel. Jess Chambers, Kevin Bruner, and it looks like Gerald Poole all took a little extra time for repairs. Paulo Inesito, Vic Brown, Don Warren, TJ Rogers, and Warren Moore, your top 5. Pete Norquay, Mark Dantuma, Gil Guac, Kevin Bruner, Jess Chambers round out the top 10. And it does not look like Oakes got the wave around on that. So Jeff Oakes, Gerald Poole, both 1 lap down. Ray Jennings also trapped a couple laps down. Now, as I mentioned, this has been one of the oddest starts to a home motorsports race, at least since I've been broadcasting them. Known as the cleanest league on iRacing, a bit of a surprise to see the wild start we have had tonight. The pace car dives in, and the green flag flies again. Mike Burgess, Blake Beacon also out of the race officially now. And we started with a packed field, but that lap 1 incident Things have been wild ever since, and we saw Mark Parker's engine let go a few moments ago due to damage. That is still a possibility for a lot of drivers. Oh no, Warren Moore's loose. Warren has saved it. What a move. Holy cow. Keep an eye on Warren Moore there in the yellow car on the bottom as they come through 3 and 4. Pete Norquay looks to the outside. They come out of turn 2 down the backstretch. Everything looks A-okay. Mark Dantuma peeking underneath. Warren sends it deep into 3. A little bobble on entry and a bigger bobble. And with a close call for multiple cars. Wow. Great save by Warren. Great wreck avoidance by everybody. Wow. All right, Vic Brown still out front. TJ Rogers in second. Paulo Inesito has drifted back to third. Mark Dantuma back behind him for Pete Norquay in fifth. Norquay we saw last week. He didn't qualify last week either. He charged up through the field and was up inside the top 5 when disaster struck and took him out of contention. Norquay is going to be a one to watch in coming seasons. He is fast. If he ever decides to qualify, he might run away from the field. Jess Chambers back behind in 11th with 13th place Gerald Poole ahead. Kevin Bruner now in 10th. Warren Moore, after that incident in turn 3, is back in 9th. Kevin Hayes still in the fight, up in 8th. Gil Guak currently running in 7th. Don Warren in 6th. Pete Norquay, as we mentioned, in 5th. Mark Dantuma in 4th. TJ in 3rd. Paulo Inesito back up into 2nd. But it is Vic Brown out front pulling away. Boy, TJ and Paulo going at it. They've been swapping second. Wow. Paulo a little bit loose out of turn 4 as he tried to yank it down and get back underneath. Battle. Vic Brown has pulled out to about a 7/10 of a second lead, but they go single file. Mark Dantuma now up 8 spots into 4th. Norquay still lurking in 5th. Trying to get a better look at Pete's car. Does not look like he has any visible damage remaining. He was caught up in that early incident, but it looks like he's gotten the vast majority of the car fixed. You know what? Let's look through the field and see who has damage. Remember, any of these cars that are still damaged, Richie, yes it was. As we mentioned, Mark Parker, his engine just let go due to damage. lot of these cars still have some damage to them. Let's take a quick look, see if we can see who still has damage to their car. Vic Brown, TJ Rogers, Paulo Inesito all managed to avoid the chaos. Looks like their cars are okay. Mark D'Antuma was caught up in it, but it looks like minimal damage. He's got that car fixed. Don Warren also caught a piece of it. Does have a little damage to the right rear. Looking to see if he has any further damage on the right side. Not seeing any. Gil Glock looks like his car looks almost unscathed. Pete Norquay, for whatever reason, continues to fade. But it looks like that car is okay. Kevin Hayes currently in 8th of 12 spots. Looks like minimal to no damage on his car. Warren Moore back in 9th. Does look like he might have a little bit of damage to the left side there. Otherwise, the car looks okay. And Kevin Bruner in 10th. We know he got a bunch of that, but he is still in the fight. And looks like that car mostly repaired. Jess Chambers in 11th, significant damage to the front of that car. And Vegas is a track where 1%, if your arrow is off, just 1%, you're losing time every lap. Vic Brown continues to lead. Paulo just took 2nd. Jeff Oakes, one of the championship contenders, back in 12th. As we mentioned, Jeff came into tonight 2nd in points. He was just 2 points behind Mark D'Antuma, but he is going to take a hit here tonight. Mark D'Antuma currently in 4th. And Jeff is in. Final stops are underway. Gil Glock is in. Warren Moore is in. Looks like a few of the drivers chose to short pit, get some fresh tires, get back out, see what they can do. Leaders likely to not stay out too much longer. With guys in the top 10 taking fresh tires now, they can make up some ground. Kevin Hayes is in. Will Vic come? Nope, none of the top 3 coming in. Or is Mark D'Antuma. Pete Norquay is in. Gerald Poole still on track in 11th. Warren Moore in 12th. Jeff Oakes is back out in 13th. Worth noting, Vic Brown won last week at the Roval. Can he make it 2 in a row as TJ Rogers is in? He is out front by 3/4 of a second. Apollo now in 2nd, closing in. Mark D'Antuma is now up into 3rd. As here we go, the leaders are in. Vic Brown, Paulo Inesito, Mark Dantuma, Don Warren are all in. Jess Chambers is coming in. Kevin Bruner is coming in as well. TJ Rogers rolls off pit road. Now, will TJ be able to reclaim the lead here tonight? Everybody is on their way out. Here comes Paulo, but TJ just shot by. Paulo Inesito and Vic Brown are racing off pit road. Gil Guanc in the mix. Gil came to pit road a few laps earlier than everybody else. He's got himself up to second, but will those older tires keep him up there? TJ Rogers has a 4.5 second lead over Gil at the moment. Paulo Inesito in third, Vic in fourth, Mark Dantuma in fifth. Derek Schilling has just completed his stop. Derek currently back in 15th. Derek got caught up in that early incident as well. Took a pretty good hit. You gotta hand it to these guys. The ones that still have functioning engines are still in the fight. Paulo and Vic battling it out yet again. They are closing in on Gil Guanc in second. Meanwhile, TJ out front, still holding about a 4.6 second lead. And folks, don't forget to come back about 5 minutes after the broadcast is over. Don't forget to come back and join us. The Unicorn will be leading the convoy. If you're on American Truck Sim, you're welcome to join the party. Richie, I thought I saw the moment your engine let go on that one, buddy. A lot of guys lost their engine on lap 1. TJ Rogers is closing in on lap traffic. Paulo Inesito in second. Vic now to third. Gil is slipped back into fourth. Mark Dantuma in fifth. Jeff Oakes has made his way up to 11th. He is 3.5 seconds behind Bruner. Man, we are going to see a huge points shakeup tonight. Three races left to go after tonight. Mark Dantuma will leave with the points lead. Vic Brown likely to close the gap on him. As they run now, Vic's going to be a lot closer. Vic just reclaiming second from Paulo Inesito as they navigate their way through the lap traffic. And what do you want to bet? Next week, Jeff Oakes tries to qualify. Meanwhile, TJ Rogers out front is losing ground. Vic now 3.5 seconds back. But with 6 to go, coming to 5 to go, does Vic have enough time to run the leader down? 5 laps to go at Vegas. Just saw one car bounce off the turn 2 wall, I believe. That was Craig Jennings. A gut punch of a night for Craig. He was running really well early on. He definitely looked fast in practice. Craig avoided the worst of the chaos. Picked up a lot of ground, even leading a couple laps, but looks like the damage was just too much. Vic Brown now 2.6 seconds back. They are closing in on the leader, 3 to go. Vic's gaining almost a second a lap at the moment. Last time by, he was 1.1 seconds faster. If TJ has anything left in that car, he better start humping it. Out of turn 4, 2 laps to go. One of TJ's first races in the league. And here we go. The white flag flies. One more time around at Vegas. TJ qualified back in 7th. Avoided the early race caution and chaos. Out front has taken off, got himself a big enough gap that he could not be touched, and out of turn 4, TJ Rogers will get his first win of the season at Vegas. Vic Brown holds on to come home in 2nd, and Paulo Inesito comes home in 3rd. What a wild night for home motorsports. Let's talk to our top 3. We'll start with 3rd place, Paulo Inesito. Well, Paulo, that was a wild night. You definitely managed to avoid the chaos, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened there in the beginning, but after that, man, it was good times.
Man, you had one heck of a pace, and you and Vic had one heck of a battle going on most of the race.
Yeah, I hope you had a good time. I was having a blast.
Well, it definitely looked like you guys were having a lot of fun out there, man. A great finish, a great job tonight, buddy.
Thanks, Doug.
Paulo Inesito comes home in 3rd. Vic Brown in 2nd. Vic, again, I'll say, you and Paulo managed to avoid the early chaos. Had one heck of a battle all race long.
Yeah, I enjoyed the heck out of that. I've had the privilege of running with Paulo and TJ a good bit, so that's been fun. Hate we got beat on pit road there, but good call by TJ. He just kicked our butts there. But yeah, avoiding that first wreck, that was key.
Well, man, it definitely was. You had an awesome night, but not only that, the points are getting a huge shakeup after that early incident. You're going to 2nd in points, And, man, you're going to be right there on Dan Tuma's bumper going into next week.
That's what I'm hoping. That's all I want to do is just come out here and maybe get a top 10 or top 5, and it's just seems to get tougher and tougher every week. But Doug, I got somebody who wants to say hey to you real quick.
Alrighty.
Hey.
Hello.
That's my son Truett. He got to see this. He's normally in bed, but he got to see it. But thanks for all you do, Doug.
My pleasure. Great to have him watching, and great job tonight, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
It is always fun when the kids are a part of it. And it does not look like we have our winner available to talk to. Congratulations to TJ Rogers. And folks, don't forget, here in about 5, maybe 10 minutes at the most, tune back in. The Unicorn will be trucking with the crew. And if any of you out there are on American Truck Sim, you're welcome to join the fun here tonight. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Man, what an eventful night of racing. We'll see you on the roads here in a moment. Have a good one, y'all.